Dear students, welcome again in the class after a very long gap due to this unfortunate pandemic which the world is faced with. I hope all of you are fine and healthy. We have to be brave enough to face such situations in life because such situations do emerge in life. As you know, in this semester, I'll be teaching you Muslim law. The first topic that I'm going to discuss with you today is who is a Muslim? Like we had discussed in the previous semester, the question who is a Hindu? In this semester, we are going to try to answer the question who is a Muslim? The purpose of trying to answer this question is very simple. That is to ascertain the person or persons who is or who are governed by Muslim law in India. As you know very well that in our country, different communities are governed by different laws as far as their family matters are concerned, like marriage, divorce, guardianship, adoption, maintenance, succession, inheritance, etc. Muslims in India are governed by Muslim law. But the question is, who is a Muslim? How are we going to identify a person who will be governed by Muslim law? To answer this question, Fazi, in his book, says that the word Muslim is derived from the word Islam, and it signifies a person who adopts the faith of Islam. A person who adopts the faith of Islam, according to Fazi, is a Muslim. So whoever follows Islam as a religion is a Muslim. But a question immediately arises. That is, who are those persons who can be said to have adopted the faith of Islam? This question has been answered by our courts. And according to their opinion, the only requirement for being a Muslim is the belief in one God and the prophethood of Muhammad, peace be upon him. This means that according to courts in India, for being a Muslim, the person must have faith in one God and the prophethood of Muhammad, peace be upon him. That is, the person must believe that Prophet Muhammad is God's messenger. If one believes in this formula, the court says that that person will be treated to be a Muslim. I have given the name of the case, Abdul Razak versus Aga Muhammad, though it is a very old case, but it is still very relevant case it is. Now, if a person is apparently Muslim, then it is very easy to find out whether he will be governed by Muslim law or not. But how are we going to decide about a person whose faith is being questioned? There is one community which is known as Ahmadiyya community, who are also known as Qadianis. They are the followers of one Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, who claimed himself to be a prophet. The followers of Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani are known as Ahmadiyyas or Qadianis. Muslims other than Qadianis say that Ahmadiyyas should not be treated as Muslims because Ahmadiyas believe that even Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani was a prophet. Muslims other than Ahmadiyas believe that Prophet Muhammad was the last prophet. And after Prophet Muhammad, no prophet will come for the guidance of humanity. So, in their opinion, Ahmadiyya's belief that even Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani was a prophet is a serious departure from the basic articles of faith in Islam. I have given two cases here. One is Narantakat versus Parakkal, which was decided in 1923. The other is Shahabuddin versus K.P. Ahmed. There is a slight mistake in the printing. It is K.P. Ahmed. It was decided in 1971. In these two cases, the question emerged whether Ahmadiyyas are Muslims or not. And remember, the purpose is very limited. And that purpose is whether Ahmadiyyas should also be governed by Muslim law or not. In both the cases, both Madras High Court and Kerala High Court held that Ahmadiyyas are also Muslims. The literature of Ahmadiyya community was looked into by both the courts, and on the basis of the literature available, the court came to the conclusion that even Ahmadiyyas believe in the unity of God. That is, there is only one God, and Prophet Muhammad is his messenger. Since this belief was there in the literature of Ahmadiyyas also, the court came to the conclusion that Ahmadiyyas are also Muslims. In Narantakat's case, Justice Krishnan quoted in his separate judgment from the book written by Amir Ali. And I am quoting what Amir Ali has written, and this was quoted by the Madras High Court. He says, any person who professes the religion of Islam, in other words, accepts the unity of God and the prophetic character of Muhammad, is a Muslim subject and is subject to Musliman law. So long as the individual pronounces the kalima of Tawheed, the credo of Islam, it is not necessary for him or her to observe any of the rites and ceremonies or to believe in particular doctrines which imply iman or belief. Unquote. So, even according to Amir Ali, if one believes in oneness of God, unity of God, and the prophethood of Muhammad, peace be upon him, this is enough. This is sufficient for him being a Muslim. And the law will treat him as Muslim, and Muslim law will apply. Justice Krishnan and his brother judge Oldfield both held that Ahmadiyyas believe in it, and therefore they are also to be treated as Muslims. In the second case, Shahabuddin versus K.P. Ahmed, Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer wrote the judgment, and he said that Ahmad, he is saying Ahmad to Ghulam Ahmad. Ahmad claimed to be a prophet, not a plenary one, but secondary to the Holy Prophet, and did accept Muhammad as messenger of God. Looking at the issue devoid of sentiment and passion, and in the cold light of law, I have no hesitation to hold that Ahmadiyya sect is of Islam and not alien. Even Justice Krishna Iyer, he is holding that Ahmadiyyas believe in oneness of God and the prophethood of Prophet Muhammad, and therefore they are to be treated as Muslims. Now, this question was not a difficult one for the court, as Ahmadiyya community is a community which has its religious literature. So, on the basis of that literature, one could easily ascertain what their basic tenet of faith is, and therefore the court decided the case. As we all know, belief is a subjective issue, and it is difficult to prove. How can the belief of a person be ascertained and measured? How can one say that a particular person genuinely believes in a particular religion or not? Because we don't have any scale or apparatus for measuring issues which are subjective in nature. Subjective issues cannot be ascertained, cannot be measured or gauged. Therefore, we need an objective formula with the help of which one can determine whether a person is a Muslim or not. We have objective formula or basis, and that is a person may be a Muslim either by birth or through conversion. A person may be a Muslim either by birth or through conversion. There are only two ways a person becomes Muslim: by birth or by conversion. Now, let us try to ascertain how a person is said to be a Muslim by birth. There are only two possibilities. The possibility number one, when one is born of Muslim parents, both the parents are Muslims. If a child is born whose both the parents are Muslims, that child will also be said to be a Muslim by birth. No problem, everybody understands. It's very simple. Now, the second formula is one who is born of one Muslim parent. What will happen if only one parent is Muslim? Hidayah is a very well-known authority of Muslim law. It says that if one of the parents of a person was a Muslim, he may be treated as a Muslim. If only one of the parents was a Muslim, then that person may be treated as Muslim. This formula has been given by Hidayah. However, in India, this formula does not apply. The courts have held that such a person will be treated as a Muslim if he has been brought up as Muslim. Meaning thereby, when only one of the parents is Muslim, then what is to be seen is how that child has been brought up. If he or she has been brought up as a Muslim, then that child or that person will be treated as Muslim and not otherwise. In a case which I have given in this slide, Bhaiya Sher Bahadur versus Bhaiya Ganga Bakhsh Singh, very old case, 1914. It was decided in 1914. Though it is very relevant, it throws ample light on this point. In this case, the mother was Muslim, father was Hindu, but the child was brought up as Hindu. Mother was Muslim, father was Hindu, the child was brought up as Hindu. The court said the child will be treated as a Hindu. Rightly so, because the child was brought up as Hindu, therefore he was said to be a Hindu. So, in this way, a person can be said to be a Muslim by birth. Now, the second way of becoming Muslim is Muslim by conversion. Now, there are various religions which allow conversions. Islam also allows conversion. That means a person may adopt the faith of Islam. If he originally followed some other religion, he may give up his original religion and adopt the faith of Islam. By conversion, that person will be treated as Muslim. So, conversion is possible in Islam, and therefore, if a person who earlier followed some other religion, gives up his religion, adopts the faith of Islam, then that person is called to have converted to Islam. However, the courts in India, in so many cases, especially three cases I've given, one very old case and two not so old cases, Sarla Mudgal versus Union of India and Lily Thomas versus Union of India, the court has highlighted that conversion must be bona fide. That is, it must have been done in good faith. Sometimes conversions are done to get advantage of a particular rule of a particular law. In Sarla Mudgal and Lily Thomas, in these two cases, situations emerged in such a way that the persons who had converted, they actually wanted to take advantage of some rule of Muslim law, and therefore they declared themselves to be Muslims. The court said, no, your conversion must be bona fide if you want to be treated as Muslim. If your conversion is doubtful, is not bona fide, if it is a sham conversion, then you will not be treated as Muslim. So one can become Muslim by birth or by conversion. By birth, I have explained, and by conversion also. Remember, there is no difference between a person who is Muslim by birth and a Muslim by conversion. Practically, there is no difference. As far as the application of Muslim law is concerned, same rules and principles apply on both of them. A person remains Muslim unless he adopts some other faith. So, it is not necessary that a person is very religious. He follows all the tenets, rituals of Islam. Then only he will be treated as Muslim. No, such requirement is not there. If a person is Muslim by birth or by conversion, then his religiosity and the extent of religiosity is immaterial. He remains Muslim so long as he has not adopted some other faith. Of course, if he adopts some other faith, he converts in some other religion, then of course that person will not be treated as Muslim, and therefore Muslim law will not apply on that person. I hope you have understood it. You should go through my slides and listen to my talk twice or thrice. Then I hope you will be able to comprehend the subject, and you should also read your books also. Thank you very much.